Today is escaping the bun. Have I got the title right? Okay. Right, let's look at initial verse. With the wisdom life and Dharma essence, we make great vows, which you'll understand. Obviously, these great vows are the four bodhisattva vows in which we undertake the bodhisattva path. So this bodhisattva path is making the vow is taking on the aspiration. So taking on aspiration leads to the birthing of the bodhisattva heart. Okay, the birthing leading to budding of the bodhisattva ideals, and so on, and eventually to the fruition of a bodhisattva. So, but in so doing, because of this great vows in here, it's not about transforming ourselves, but also transforming others. So therefore, we clearly contemplate the right and wrong element of afflictions. But so therefore, when we want to transform others, we need to transform ourselves. But to transform ourselves, we need to then be pure in our heart and clear in our mind. And to do so, we need to know what is it that is within us that we need to correct. And this is what it is, so that we can eliminate our afflictions. We learn the teachings of the path to escape the burning house. And so therefore, this is what you call the path. This is contemplating right and wrong, eliminate affliction. So contemplating right about right and wrong is about the learning, but when you eliminate affliction is the application. So this is really what you call the path of application that we can get out of the burning house. Now, this, I think, I find that the teaching and the video recording today, I think to me, this is the real essence of the teaching here. You see, I'm on a sixth path to choose from. The Buddha taught us which one to follow. This is the human path, right? Because 6 realms, isn't it? And therefore, the Buddha chose to take birth to attain enlightenment in the human realm. The human realm can hear the Buddha Dharma. And it is in this realm that we can put into practice. So learn and put into practice. When we choose to engage in spiritual practice, the human realm is where we can put the bodhisattva path into practice because only humans have this opportunity. Now, obviously, if you look through the 6 realms, and I think it's important for us to understand this, is that in the hell realm, everyone is suffering, and it's very difficult for the bodhisattva aspiration to arise. Obviously, the Buddha did that, but that's indeed rare because the condition is such that everyone is suffering so greatly. It's hard to within their consciousness to have that compassion. Then the hungry ghosts, they're so hungry, and all their mind is set on satisfying the hunger. Then we skip on to the animal realm. And as you know, animal realm is, doesn't have that consciousness to do that either. And then in the Asura realm and the heavenly realm, obviously they're at the heavenly level. The only thing is that the Asura is filled with jealousy. And in the heavenly realm, everybody has everything. There is no reason to practice, so to speak, because there's no suffering in there. It's just purely a realm that consumes the merits. So therefore, since we have already attained this human existence, it's our chance, we are given a chance to hear the Dharma, and therefore we should engage in a spiritual practice. So give us this ideal opportunity to escape that burning house from the 3 realms, which are desire realm, or rather 3 worlds, desire world, the form world, and the formless world, which is all within the samsara. So I thought I added a couple of points in here, and some of you may already heard it before, which I will be sharing with another group tomorrow on this one. This one is the 8 freedoms. You see, to be able to be in a position of practice, because Master talk about the human realm, right? So, but to do this, to be in, and you look at yourself. you're free from the, and this, to be able to practice, you need to have this 8 freedom. You're free from the hell realm. You're free from hungry ghosts. You're free from animal realm. You're free from long life gone, which is the Asura and the heavenly realm. You're free from being born in an uncivilized land. I mean, you look at the country in which the place you're born in, you know, it's uncivilized. Imagine people carrying guns, slinging guns around, and there's no law and order, free from wrong views. And you are born in a time where we have enlightened beings, and you have all the complete faculties. So you have all these 8 freedom, which is in you. Then you have the 10 endowments. There are 5 endowments which is within yourself, and 5 external, which are the circumstances. Then you're born a human being in a central region. That means you're not born in the far corners of the world. You're born with all the faculties. You engage in a proper lifestyle, and there's no conflict with spiritual practice. That means you're free from a 5 heinous crime. I'll come to the 5 heinous crimes. I mean, you didn't kill your father, you didn't kill your mother, you didn't kill an enlightened being, you didn't draw the blood from the Buddha, or you create chaos in the Sangha community. So you have faith in the sacred teachings. Now, all this all within yourself, right? Then you got the circumstances. That means the external circumstances that we are in right now. The enlightened being has already appeared, which is the Buddha. And also we had Bodhisattva and great teachers around. Enlightened being has shared the teachings. You've got the Dharma. The teachings still exist, although we're in a Dharma degenerating age. Teachings are being practiced, and still are. And their favorite conditions, that means the presence of benefactors and sponsors. So not only just in the human realm, and if we look at ourselves, we have all these 8 freedoms and the 10 endowments. So therefore, from that point of view, we are already very, very, very blessed to be in this situation, to be able to be in practice. So in other words, do not waste it. So in the 3 cards in the Master's explanation in here, they talk about the 3 vehicle practitioners. And obviously, we designed teachings according to the capabilities of the children. So for the Bodhisattvas, we hear the Buddha teach the Dharma, and we take on these great vows, and this is to transform ourselves and also others. Then the deer card referring to solitary realizers, they can purify their own minds. But unfortunately, for solids, because I call solitary realizers, and they do not care for anything else. But the hearers refer to the sheep card, so they know how to refrain from evil, but they have not the state of doing all good. It's the state of doing all good is the great compassionate heart. Great compassion that leads to the bodhicitta, and that's where the difference is. So they understand the karmic cause in effect, but they haven't realized the 12 links of cyclic existence, which is actually realized in the middle vehicle, which is the Vajrayana Buddha level. So in the Sutra verse and the Master's explanation, relating again back to the 3 cards, that having learn the 3 the path, and obviously they embrace depending on the capabilities, they will embrace them. So we need to be courageous and diligent in our practice. So for the hearers, they have diligently cultivate, and the solitary realizers they happily cultivate that. So, but for the take on the Bodhisattva path, then they get awakened. Because for Bodhisattva is an enlightened being who is actually at the door of Buddhahood, and that's the major difference. So the Buddha taught according to capabilities, and everyone is diligently advancing, and therefore be able to escape from the burning house. So for small vehicle practitioners, they have stopped doing evils. The but though they have not earnestly benefit others, at least they were benefiting themselves and purifying their own minds. So they are no longer confused and degenerate. So therefore, this all help everyone to reject um, and to reject the creation of negative karma, and that's what the part of purification. Always, all these three parts leads to part of purification. By stopping doing evil, do only good. But doing only good, the only difference between the smaller vehicle and the great vehicle is doing good. It's not just doing good for yourself, but doing good for all others, which is the bodhisattva path. So what are lessons learned? So we must immediately reject wrongdoings and courageously walk the path to doing good. And then this courageous part of it is to being selfless. That means even if it means you're putting the interest of someone else ahead of you. So we must reject what is not good and courageous and diligent practice on the path of doing good, and let's escape the burning house. So the part where in the initial verse we talk about pushing and crowding each other, is of pushing aside all the bad things. And that's why, because the law is narrow. So that's why in one of the earlier part that I say, but we are filled still with a lot of incrustation and defilements. So therefore we need to push aside whatever is bad thing to get through that narrow door. So the bodhisattva path is part of selflessness, right? Because we want to do good for all others, which requires us to be number one. And these are the virtues that we should uphold if we want to walk this path. Being loyal, being loyal to the path, means we need to uphold the precepts and the vows of practice. We need to be honest with ourselves, sincere in our practice, and be courageous, as what Master said. And therefore, in so doing, we need to be pure in our body, speech, and mind. So in contemplation, that you're on the path of learning the Bodhidharma, which worldly words cannot easily express. The ordinary mind cannot easily understand, and the world does not comprehend. So we are householders in practice. Because if we mention if household practice involve the bodhisattva path, where worldly words cannot easily express the teachings, the ordinary mind cannot easily understand. And that's why sometimes you face that in your practice. You've got the ordinary minds who would come to you, either impede your growth or say things that are not unsavory things to you, but that's the way it is. And that's because we still live in the world as a householder, and the world doesn't comprehend what you're doing. So these are the things that we must understand and appreciate when we walk the path. That's why we are ordinary householders, but extraordinary because of the way we practice. So on relationship, people want to see what they want to see. If so, how can they want progress beyond the self-cherishing mirror? Well, you must reflect on your daily cultivation. You do so to assess your progress and to repent your faults of the day, not to indulge in your merits. And this is for us to really understand that we don't bask in glory. The mirror reflection is therefore one of self-reflection for self-correction of inner being, and not to bask in the glory of good deeds. Okay, with that note, Gan En, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, Gan En, Brother Chin, again for another marvelous piece of sharing. Yeah,